Let's head right to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
Hey, Dave, love the show. Can we stop talking about the Browns having a quarterback competition? There was no competition to start. Flacco was going to be the guy. And stop saying they want to evaluate the rookies, because if they wanted to evaluate them, they would get more than a half and maybe some change of preseason, knowing that Flacco and probably Pickett's going to be the first two guys up, and knowing that you have 2 first-round picks next year and you're already said that your quarterback's in next year's draft. Basically say we wasted 2 picks on backups that guys we could have plug and played some guys possibly. Instead, we wasted it on quarterbacks who we don't want to give a fair shot to, whether it's Gabriel or whether it's Sanders. You can't evaluate these guys based on the little bit of football that they have played. And do you think without injury that the Browns are just going to throw them in the regular season if they've got something going? Just want to hear your thoughts. Go Browns. Woo, woo, woo.
As always, appreciate all of the voicemails. Let's welcome in Garrett Bush from the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show as well as the Barber Shop. G. Bush, a couple of things. I understand people want to see more of the rookies. I get it. The rookies were hurt. You know, the oblique kept Shedeur out. The hamstring kept Dylan Gabriel out. They were going to have to do something phenomenal. Now, they've been good. They haven't been phenomenal if they were going to win the job. And the other thing is, I would push back a little bit about they know what the development of these guys. Eventually, you have to see them in a game. I don't think they're quite there yet. Preseason's really different. You know that. They play cover 1, cover 2, cover 3, and they don't game plan.
Yeah, that's there's a marked difference between what you do in the preseason and a marked difference between what you do in the regular season. For the caller, I think one of the things and the sentiment that people are getting at is, I think a lot of people knew that it wasn't going to be a thing where all these rookies are going to come in and they're going to start from day one or whatever the case may be. I think that the Cleveland Browns did themselves a little bit of a disservice by announcing and saying that it's going to be a quarterback competition, right? When you look at it, you go by the depth chart and you say, okay, well, I thought Flacco was going to start the whole time anyway. But when you see that Kenny Pickett is your second string quarterback and he hasn't played the entire preseason, people are going to say, well, hold on here a second. Can we see? We didn't even get to see Kenny Pickett play. He's not going to play in the last game. Dylan Gabriel played last game, but, he had some injury problems. Shedeur could have possibly played last game, but he had some injury problems. So I think one of the things that you're looking at is when you come out and say, hey, we're going to have a quarterback competition. Each one of these guys has an opportunity to start. That puts you in a position where people are going to try to hold you accountable to that. People are going to say, well, all right, well, if a real competition is, where's the reps at? Like, is everybody going to get the same amount of reps in practice? Is everybody going to get the same amount of reps in the games? And that has not been the case. I think if the Cleveland Browns would have just came out and said, listen, we got Joe Flacco. And look, even if they don't play the rookie guys, this is just what they should. If it was me, this is what I would have done. If they are not ecstatic or did not like Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders enough to play them, I would have just said, listen, man, let's go ahead, get Flacco, play Kenny Pickett second of all, take them a couple of picks, move them somewhere else, and get another journeyman backup. So now we completely clear what we're doing. Flacco's going to play. If he falters, or they can vice versa, he falters, we bring Pickett in. If he falters, maybe we get another guy who will finish the season out. We're not going to win very many games, and then we're going to have all our eggs in one basket to go and get a quarterback. But the way they went about it made the waters muddy because now people are confused about what's the path. Is it do you want to win games with Flacco? Are you trying to see if Kenny Pickett can be a guy? Do you want to pick next year? Do you want to be terrible this year? There's just a lot of conflicting tracks where I think fans are a little confused at what the exercise was about.
Yeah, you know what I would, in listening, here's what I think. They couldn't anoint a quarterback this year because the locker room wouldn't. They anointed Deshaun Watson, and I think, when Myles Garrett said he knew the plan, I think they told him, we're going to let guys compete and we're going to go with the best guy. Did that happen? Not exactly. But honestly, I think that, as it got along 4, 5, 6 games into the season, it was pretty clear Deshaun Watson didn't give you the best chance to win, and you kept trotting him out. You can't do that.
Yeah, and so here's my thing for people that want to see the rookies play, right? Yeah, they might not play from the beginning, but one thing that you just said is correct. Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett, if they are 1-2, they probably have some of the shortest track records and length of rope that we've ever seen. Because, like you said, if it's 3-4 games in and the offense looks bad and the team is horrible and they can't move the football, then people are going to say, listen, hey, this experiment is over.
Yeah.
Let's give me one of them young dudes, and if they don't give you the optimum best chance to win, the pressure will be to say, listen, guys, come on, let's just figure this out, give the rookies a chance, and they'll eventually get an opportunity to play.
The other thing I'd say about the rookies, don't minimize the fact that, a third or a fifth round pick, if you develop them into a 10, 15-year backup, that's valuable because now you're not panicking with PJ Walker or somebody. So again, just because if they don't show enough and you do pick a quarterback, say you got the first pick in the draft and I don't think it's going to happen, say Arch Manning is coming out. How do you not take that guy? How do you not take a generational quarterback?
So let me tell you this. Here's the real question, and I'll ask you the question. If you do say, for instance, this is what the conversation is going to be coming up. Can you imagine you got Shedeur Sanders and Arch Manning on the same team? Do you think in your heart of hearts, do you believe Shedeur Sanders can be a backup given his stature?
It depends. You know what? If he shows enough talent to be a starter, I don't think you should ask him to be. At that point, you got a great problem. If this guy flashes and people see him and he looks like a player, you trade him. But again, from everything I've heard from Shedeur Sanders, I'm not buying that. I don't think he thinks he's ready to play right now. I think he plays. He's a gamer. He plays really well when you put, he may not look great on Wednesday afternoon at 2 o'clock when you're practicing. Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday, he looks pretty good once you put the ball in play and there's 11 guys in different jerseys going against each other.
Hey, look, you're going to have, and this is the cool thing about football, you can have all the plans you want. You can have all of the, I want this guy to play and this guy's going to play. I've seen the Cleveland Browns for years. You've seen them longer than me. How many years have we gone in saying we got a guy or we got this guy or we're going to do this, and you end up playing 6 quarterbacks that year, 5 quarterbacks that year. You end up 2 weeks, you got a different quarterback room. Like I saw it just a couple of years ago. So look, he's saying exactly what he's supposed to say. Look, it's a blessing to be here. There's a lot of people that don't get an opportunity to even play. I got some things that I want to work on, and all I'm doing is getting better. When I get my opportunity, I will be ready, and I'll be ready to go cook. That's all you can ask for. So if he content with that, and if that's his mindset, then at the end of the day, as fans and people who support Shedeur Sanders, you're supposed to have the same energy level, right? It's a little harder because you ain't really playing, but that's the thing. All you can ask for is the opportunity. When you get it, take advantage of it and let the chips fall where they may.